Hello, how you doing? Shalom to my brothers. I'm here for my first class. I see a lot of talking about people that do class. Really, I don't do class. Really, I just walk around and talk to people. But I'm here to do a brief lesson, the Lord, and put it on my heart. Yahweh Shai. I'm fully awake and happy in spirit, and so I have to kind of hold the camera. So I hope that you don't get upset with me if I'm moving and stuff like that. But here we go. I'd like to pray first before I start. Our Father in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread and forgive us of our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. I don't know what to entitle this video, but really it's just more or less just letting my face be seen that I'm also a part of the awakening. I'm down here in San Antonio, Texas, which is I'm right in the middle of a whole bunch of stuff, guys. You have no idea. This is actually, if you look on your phone, you'll see that this is where Agenda 21 is really at. A lot of demonic, a lot of stuff. You know, it's my city is really a spiritual place. We got so many different missions, which are 1629, 1632, 1632, 1629. We got so many ancient churches, over 400 years old. This place was blessed by monks from the Spaniards. It's really got a lot of history, but I'm just going to talk about my testimony. I was really mad at the Most High for a long time in my life. I feel like I was cursed from birth. I blamed him for a lot of things, but I also loved him all my life. You know, you grow up in group home, foster homes, and stuff like that. You tend to really love, you love the Bible, and you know, gives you hope and faith and stuff like that. Where some things kind of hard to come by, but you know, I was raised and I fell out of faith about 20 years, I guess. Really, of the knowing that I'm a Hebrew Israelite really came into fact. I guess really last couple of months I came back from Florida. I was really running from still trying to do my own thing, but he sat me still. And I guess October, November, I really came up with the identity and knowing Deuteronomy 28 that we're a part of the curses. So, long story short, I've been in the truth now for a few months, and I get a lot of inspiration from, especially from GMS, Restore Middlestone, HOIC, Light of Zion, IUIC. I think that's how you say it. I watch everything that I can. I watch. I do a lot of reading and studying on my own. But you know, like I said, I've always loved the book. I was raised in it. Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, Acts, Romans, 1st, 2nd Corinthians, Galatians, Ephesians, Philippians, Colossians, 1st, 2nd Thessalonians, Philemon, Hebrew, James, 1st, 2nd Peter, 1st, 2nd, 3rd John, Judah, Revelations, Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua. Which I don't have to go through it. I already just, you know that he's been with me. I just got done doing a 5-year bid. You know, tat it all up. You know, kind of regret it now. You know. I also was in the military, been overseas, but one thing I want to talk about sincerely is that I just, you know, I'm a sinner. I've been a sinner. I've done a lot of things, you know, good things, but more or less bad things. He came through and he's redeemed me. He's blessed me, you know. He's forgiven me for a lot of things, you know. That's where I'm at right now in my life. Like I said, I was mad at him, but you know, I could be dead, but I'm not. I'm alive, and so there's mercy, you know, mercy and grace, and we all coming to the end game of a lot of things. But if we can, I'd like to just read one passage right now. I could. I'm reading out of Psalms, King James Bible 105. Remember Yahweh and keep his promises. Give thanks unto the Most High, known his deeds among the people. Sing unto him, sing songs unto him. Talk ye of all his wondrous works. He is so awesome. Glory ye in his holy name. Let the heart of them rejoice that seek the Most High. Now, briefly, I know this ain't going to be long, but, I see a lot of brothers on there. Like I said, I go out and I talk. When I talk, I do, how he moves, the Spirit moves me too. But a lot of times, a lot of people don't. There's no excuse. Everyone knows the Most High. This whole country, everything is built on the word. The Constitution amendments, the president when he gets inaugurated, the Statue of Liberty got the commandments in our hand. Everything is built on the word. Even the car, Henry Ford, his family was Catholics out of Ireland. Even the car is built with the movement of the word. And so there's no, so what I do is I talk, but a lot of people don't care. And I want to point that out to you, that you can't save everybody because it's not for everybody. They don't care. And they want their riches. They have a choice. They want their riches on earth. Remember his marvelous works and that he hath done, and his wonders and the judgments of his mouth. O ye seed of Abraham, his servant, ye children of Jacob, his chosen. See, and I understand what a lot of guys say because this is really not for everybody. He is the Most High, Yahweh. His judgments are in all the earth. Even all the statutes, even all the law litigations are off the Judaism, off of Moshe Moses, who wrote everything. His word is everything. He's awesome. He hath remembered the covenant forever, the word which he commanded to thousands of generations, which covenant he made with Abraham and his oath unto Isaac. And he confirmed the same unto Jacob for a law, and Israel for an everlasting covenant. This is not for everybody. Saying unto thee, will I give the land of Canaan and the lot of your inheritance. When they were but a few men in number, yea, very few, and strangers in it. It's another little thing I want to get out is that, I noticed that a lot of times we want to group, we want to have love for everybody, and we want to group everybody as an Israelite, and that's not so. Just the same way as that you got Hamites, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're Israel because we all the same color. You understand? Same way with other nations that we group. We have to watch out that you don't let your guard down because, I speak in sincerity because this is not a game. And like a lot of brothers say, your life is in jeopardy. And where I'm at, there's no one here but me preaching, not really even preaching because I don't call myself a preacher or oracle or none of that stuff. I just been, I feel like the Lord wants me to speak when I speak. So I do. But you'll set yourself up for downfall, because the enemy has spies too. Okay. When they went from one nation to another and from one kingdom to another, he suffered no man to do them wrong. Yea, he proved kings for their sake, saying, touch not mine anointed and do my prophets no harm. Now, to go out and specifically pinpoint out everybody who needs to, what you feel like they need to do is wrong. Because first of all, it's not your show. Second of all, I'm going to read this one more time. Saying, touch not mine anointed and do my prophets no harm. So they're his anointed. If you see a prophet, you're his prophet or whatever the case may be, but he knows who he's dealing with and who he's not dealing with. It's almost like, because I more or less go to all, because I used to be in the streets, on drugs, all that. So I go to the places where I used to be and I talk to people because they know me for years out there. They know how I get down and how everything goes. So they respect when I come through there, So I don't really do too much camera footage. I'm more or less out there where they passing, it's like, hey man, Pastor Bolo behind my head. I'm talking to them about the word and they doing drugs behind my head. But at the same time, they more in tune. So I'm giving it to them even more. You know what I mean? So it's not like I'm saying anything like that, but it's just, I see a lot of badgering between Israelites and Hebrews on who's doing what, who's doing it. When I fast, and I fast once a week, I should do it more, but that's me. I don't really worry about if somebody else is fasting. I worry about what I can do, and then when I can help somebody so I can be at my best. I don't really care about whether or not this other person is fasting when I'm fasting. Tu sabe? It doesn't really make a difference. It's just, I'm doing so I can be the best, and I'm going to do the work and he's going to do the rest. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, let's keep going. And he's going to protect us and he's going to do what we do. But with a lot of things we should be really discussing. Praise his name, fruits of the spirit. How can we protect ourselves from this witchcraft? And there's warlocks, witchcraft, there's the government. Right here where I'm at, there's 5 military bases. This is the home of the Illuminati. You understand what I'm saying? My life has been dangerous. I went through so much stuff that I ain't got to lie to you about nothing. And I don't fear anything, and I don't fear for my life. But those who are in the truth, we need to uplift them and not put them down, because like I just read in a verse, we're few. And we're going to be few. So if people are listening and people are concerned and people are trying their best to come into the light, we don't need to hinder that. What we do need to hinder is be vigilant and bold when we talk to these heathens and these Gentiles, because they all know the truth and playtime is over. Now we're going to keep going. He sent a man and moreover, he called for a famine upon the land and a break of the whole staff of the bread. See, everybody, you can't rob God. See, Malachi, what is that? I think that's Malachi. I can only do as good as I can. Malachi 3:9. People around they're living off the blessings of the Most High. Anything that can rob God, and you think you can rob Yahweh Shai, you can't rob him. But that's what they're doing. They take it upon themselves. I did this. But everything is his. Like I said, the whole world is built off of the word and the gospel and the sacrifice of the Mashiach. I'm going to keep going. He sent a man before them, even Joseph, who was sold as a servant, whose feet were hurt with fetters, and he was laid with iron. Until the time that his word came, the word of the Most High tried him. And the king sent and loosed him, and the ruler of the people, and let him go free. He made for him lord of the house and ruler of all his substance, to bind his princes at his pleasure, and to teach his senators wisdom. Now we know that when it's time, it's time. Israel also came unto Egypt, and Jacob sojourned in the land of Ham. Once again, yeah, they're dark, but there was a difference between Ham and Shem. Customs, religions, everything. Even though we are brothers, we are related, we are, in fact, the truth. Yes, we have some similarities, but we're all different, though. And we are chosen amongst all heathens, amongst all this other craziness and foolishness that's going on. But, right here and there that, there were some who kept the door open, did the work. You think Joseph was really concerned about if everybody else was living up to statute commandments? He made sure he was. So he was ready when the moment came upon time, because he knew that his life was in danger at all moments. So in that fact, he took it very seriously. Very seriously. And he increased his people greatly and made them stronger than his enemies. So once again, I don't need to go off and tell everybody that I'm fast. I mean, I can, and it's good to tell people because they don't talk about it, and people need to wake up and realize, man, this is part of statutes and commandments. It increases your spiritual, it protects your family, it helps you digest things in your body. We need to let these people know these things because you're right, they are in the dark. But once we let them know and you still fronting and scoffing and playing, he's going to deal with you. I ain't got time to be force feeding you because you already know what the truth is. But at the same time, by what he did, he kept the door open for his people by being the best he could be. Instead of saying, man, I'm not finna help my people, man. They sold me to slavery, man. They look at Jake, man. Ooh, blues, blah, 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 boom. Nah, he ain't do all that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep going. Because we just love to downplay each other. That time is over with. We're gonna share knowledge, we're gonna talk about some things, we're gonna come up. But understand, the weakness is over. There was a philosopher the white folks love to call him Socrates. And he said philosophy was the best form to govern a people. He invented democracy and all that. He said democracy was like number 7, but he said a philosopher king such as Solomon was number 1. And he said sometimes the things that we do is a defect of character, which is a fatal flaw, which is something so deep that I don't even know if you can fix it sometimes. Let me keep going. And he turned their heart to hate his people, to deal subtly with his servants. He sent Moses, his servant, and Aaron, whom he had chosen. They showed his signs among them and wonders in the land of Ham. He sent darkness and made it dark, and they rebelled not against the word once they seen some things. Sometimes what it takes, And he turned the waters into blood and slew their fish. Their land brought forth frogs in abundance in the chambers of the king. See, a lot of these Gentiles and heathens go out here and they scoffing and they playing. And yeah, we get into this, we put everything we got into this. And then we some days it's like, Lord, these people trying to knock my head off. These same people you trying to tell me to help and to try to help and get on the right path, they trying to do a brother in, And then my same people ain't listening, they laughing, and I want to go across their dome, because, ain't nothing funny about the living God. Nothing funny about Yahweh Shai. Nothing. Especially when you eating off of him. But, at the same time, he going to handle that, though, And he going to give them signs and wonders to where they finally start looking up. Let me keep going. And then their land brought forth frogs in abundance and chambers of their kings. And they spake, and there came diverse sorts of flies, lice, and all kinds of coasts. Hold on one second. I gotta switch my hands up. Alrighty. And he smote their vines and also their fig trees and brake unto the coast. And he spake with the locusts came and the caterpillars that without number, and did eat up all the herbs of the land and devoured the fruit of the ground. And I feel like this is kind of going on right now in America. As there's a lot of things going on, and that's what I feel like we should really be talking about. Because like I said, I've been in the word for a long time, but as far as this truth and being able to read precepts, line by line, precept by precept, the way these brothers is doing, it's just phenomenal. But why are we wasting time talking about if Jake do a doggone video when there's so much going on in this world to talk about? If he do, he do. He don't, he don't. We still got to do what we got to do. You know what I mean? And we got to stick together. Okay. And he smote also the firstborn of the land and the chief of all their strength. He brought forth also the silver and the gold, and there was none feeble person among their tribes. See, it was just, even the number of the people that were in the tribes. It took a little second, but there was not one weak one. Everyone was accounted for what was about to come. To each of his measure, to each measure, to each individual, and so Where does Jake philosophy come from? It's a funny word, and I can't stand Jakes either. I can't stand cats who know what the deal is and they keep playing, But at the end of the day, it's bigger than that. You got to be strong for you don't know what's coming around the corner. Egypt was glad when they departed, for the fear of them fell upon him, and America is terrified of this awakening. He spread a cloud for a covering and a fire to give them light at night. The people asked, and they brought quails and satisfied them with the bread of heaven. Thank you. Thank you, all the prophets, all the oracles, men, women, dreamers, everything out there, for giving me a new life, and for Yahweh Shai giving me a new heart and wisdom and understanding so I could come and be awake, because it's really a privilege for me to even be a part of Israel. He opened a rock and waters gushed out, and they ran in dry places like a river. For he remembered his holy promise and Abraham and his servant, and he brought forth his people with joy and the chosen with gladness. His people, this is not going to be everybody. We don't want everybody here. Some of you cats out there, some of you women are rotten. And you refuse to stop doing what you're doing. You want your cake and eat it too. And that's why we're in this position we are now, because the forefathers is such. And he brought forth his people with joy and chose them with gladness. And he gave them the lands of the heathen, and they inherited the labor of the people. We coming, we're going to be good, that they might observe his statutes and keep his laws. Praise ye the Most High. Brakata Yahweh Shai. Now, I didn't mean for this video to be this long. This is my first video, might be my last. I might not wake up in the morning. Who knows, But if I could, I'd like to talk about something serious, a little bit more serious, I'm not as good as a lot of you brothers. I look, and I'm not gonna say because that's what happened with Moses and Aaron. A lot of them Jakes got jealous of Moses and Aaron and just refused to do right. And instead of understanding to be appreciative of brothers who are good at what they do. They're good at what they do. You got to give it to them. The Most High put it on their heart to be the money man or be the man with the knowledge and wisdom. We're going to run with him because I got gifts and he got gifts. We're going to put them all together, But today I got on there and I was just so distraught because, I may not know exactly what the Sabbath day, I thought was Saturday. I've been working it with Saturday. This is my first Passover and stuff like that. Like I said, I guess I speak for a lot of guys who are coming in, And this is what I'm going through. And sometimes I bring up things and I don't get any response back. But the Most High willing, I'm going to bring out some more videos. And my videos are going to be, I'm going to come with my thing, but it's going to be asking questions. Because God's speaking boldness, and I think they're missing the point on a lot of things. Because first of all, I want to bring out there's a hell of a lot of witchcraft going on. Just faces in the sky, faces in the walls, faces everywhere. Spirit world is everywhere, and it's not a fun thing. There's a lot of witchcraft. There's a lot of warlocks going on. There's a lot of government plotting. There's a lot of mind reading techniques. There's a lot of things going on. And a lot of folks can't talk about it because they got something to lose and they're scared for their family, their kids or whatever. And I do too, but I pray earnestly and I don't worry about it because I know I'm doing the right things and I'm walking the best that I can do. And he's going to take care of the rest, and I have the total abundance of faith and stuff like that. Chemtrails in the air. What are they hiding? Pictures of stuff in outer space. All kinds of things that, that we need to be talking about, and as well as talking about to, these people, because they think a lot of people come to me and I don't have all the answers and, but they unsincerely come to me to rebuttal me all the time. And I don't have all the answers because what, I look up there and I ain't gonna say I get jealous, but I say, man, look at all these brothers, man. They got such a movement. Look at them. They sitting 20, 100 together, 50 together. There's places with me, like me, the other brothers that ain't got nobody around. That's with this truth. And that are strictly under constant attack all the time. The Catholicism it's running rampant. It's got these people, it's got so-called Issachar and Zebulon, it's got them turned inside out. That mother of heaven has got it turned inside out. You know, we're not talking about these things. We're not talking about, this witchcraft. We're not talking about these warlocks. We're not talking about verses in the Bible that we need. We're not talking about the stuff that's going in outer space. We're not uplifting these people, saying there's something in outer space and it could be coming here to deliberate us from all this stuff. We're not talking about, the current events of how we're really scoped to get killed. You know, they're shooting black people down and doing stuff. I seen today where we didn't even want to protect our own black women. We didn't want to protect our Israelite women because we feel like they deserve what they deserve instead of just doing the right thing. It's a lot of stuff just messed up, bro. And like I said, I'm eating milk, but at the same time, first and foremost, I am a man, and and I'm a man of the Most High. So it's gonna be what it is. A lot of brothers don't like it. Truthfully, I don't care. If not, because I read on my own anyway. But I don't watch TV. See, a lot of you cats go to the movies. Every rap song. Every little world star, hip hop. All this crap. I don't watch none of that. The only thing I watch out of sincerity and love and appreciation is these brothers with these classes and all the information they prove and they bring out. That's it. I don't watch nothing else. I love it, and I don't want to change up my diet and my routine. But then brothers come say, "Oh man, if you don't like it, you can get off the channel." I mean, yeah, we can read it. We can read the scriptures. We can, but all that haughtiness, you should enjoy putting this stuff out. I'm gonna start doing more of it. I'm gonna start getting out here and debunking a lot of stuff. Not really debunking, but I'm gonna be talking about some things in the future. I want to thank you, Issachar, HOIC, GMS. IUIC, Light of Zion, everything that so many people that I just want to thank right now for giving me and helping me along my way. Most about Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahweh Shah, everything. I love all you guys, and I hope that, that this was edifying to some of my brothers out there. Chicago, Sit Down Chicago, Las Vegas, GMC Las Vegas, GMS Las Vegas, GMS Chicago, Mississippi, Carolina, IUIC, Tallahassee. We give shouts out to the 850, to the Stroll Seminole. You feel me? I want to give a shout out to, first and foremost, to the Most High, because he's the most fly. Yahweh Shah. And I just want to tell y'all thank you. I love you. Hopefully I do another video. It's my first one. Appreciate you. Shalom.